Welcome to Fifth Crypto. Let's go over the Celsius situation. So earlier this week, they stopped withdrawals and haven't allowed users to access their funds whatsoever. This came as a huge surprise considering that Celsius had just 24 hours prior been touting how they are allowing people free access to their crypto and that nobody has had any issues. And you can, look up all this information yourself. Alex Mashinsky, the CEO, was saying this himself. And now nobody can access their funds. And why did this situation happen? Well, it looks like there has been a bank run on Celsius, and this bank run was caused by, in my opinion, the FUD that was spread by a large number of users on Twitter, and they put pressure on the community to pull their funds out of Celsius, and this further compounded the issue. And I would actually say that this massive correction that we're experiencing right now in the crypto market as a whole has been a result of the Celsius situation. And I think that we can thank the people who have spread this information and been telling everybody to pull their funds off of Celsius. And there's been a lot of users on Twitter that, there's this narrative, not your keys, not your crypto. They are saying that you have to be self-sovereign. And, as much as I understand this and I agree with this sentiment, I don't think that people necessarily should have to be self-sovereign with their crypto. And if they want to hold it on a custodian that they believe is safe, that they should have the ability to without being shamed or without saying that they can't be a part of the crypto community because they want to hold the coins, but they just don't want to have the responsibility of not having them lost or having somebody come and steal them and they don't have access to it, or something happens to their seed phrase and that crypto is gone forever. Having a custodian hold your crypto and knowing that your funds are safe isn't necessarily, the worst thing. And that's probably how we're going to get greater adoption, allowing more people to join. And so, companies like Celsius are onboarding a lot of users. And I think that a lot of these people are now getting praised as heroes for warning people, but they actually more than likely caused this bank run on Celsius and put Celsius in this position where they're now scrambling to try to save their loans in order to save users' funds. Is anybody going to be getting their money back? I don't know. There hasn't been any communication from Celsius. And let's take a look at the situation. So this is what Celsius posted. And there's been no communication other than these few tweets. And I'm not going to go through and say who the people causing this FUD on Celsius were. You can go and look that up yourself. But I did want to show this. This is where they have taken out a loan using Bitcoin as wrapped Bitcoin as collateral. And originally the liquidation price was around 22,000. They've managed to lower that to 14,000, probably due to the freezing of users' funds, so that there wouldn't be any more, withdrawals, and so that they can try to save all of their loans so that they can then go and, pay everybody back that's trying to withdraw. I can't say what's going to happen necessarily, but what I can say is that I think that there is definitely misunderstanding going on around who's responsible, and there's certain narratives that are getting spread on Twitter and on the internet. And some people are even hoping for the demise of Celsius. And, I think that this is actually, really dangerous. And this is going to cause even more mayhem in the markets. So, we should all just hope that Celsius can get out of the situation and get users their funds back. But, I do want to reiterate that these users are not necessarily, acting in the best interest of retail investors necessarily. I think that they have competing interests. And, the situation with Luna, for example, people were willing to liquidate $40 billion or so from the market just to be able to make a few hundred million, and same situation here, there's nefarious actors that are willing to liquidate over 1 million users on Celsius in order to make a small profit. And I think that people need to be made aware of this type of information. And I don't appreciate these narratives getting spread. Anyway, sad times. I hope we can get through this.